Hi everyone. Uh, I'm Andrii Kravets, 3 professional. I will continue to uh, comment the Moyo Open bonus C tournament, Radek Nichenicki Memorial, that right now is going on in Pardubice in Czech Republic. So this is the last round. Um, Today we will have 2 games. One is Li Yuanzhen against Jason Kwan, and the second one is between Lukas Podpera and um, Surma Mateusz. So far, only 4 players, like these 4 players, they have 3 or 4 wins. So Mateusz has 4, the other players has 3. And uh, like this is the last round. I think Mateusz might be the winner already, but it's a bit tricky. I think he played last year a few times with Lukas in the last round, and uh, in all of this, like I think one or twice he lost in the last round. At least one I remember, but I think it was twice, and once he was first, and the other time he was second. So it's a bit tricky, and everything can happen. You're never confident in this sauce battle. What will happen in the end? By the way, if you see or hear some troubles, for example, you cannot hear me or everything is good with the sound, please tell me. If everything is good, then we can continue. So Jason Wan, he played uh, pretty good yesterday, and today he had really tough game against Mateusz in the morning. Now he needs to play against other 7 dan. I think his pass to to the high places is the kind of one of the most difficult you can get for 5 dan. He beat a lot of he beat Lothar, he beat another 6 dan from China. He also beat Lukas Podpera, lost to Mateusz, and now if he will beat Yuanzhen, then I mean it would be well-deserved second place, for example. Yeah. Uh, for Li Yuanzhen, I mean, this is also important game. I think if he wins, he is probably second sort. I don't think he can be higher, but still, it's not a bad result. Let's go to the game. This is the last round, so people are a bit tired and play most of the time a bit faster, just to, to relax and go home, I would say. But yeah. So I would assume they will finish faster. But if you're like playing for the first places, the pressure goes up. But I don't think these two Chinese guys, they are like, I'm not sure. Jason Kwan is Chinese, probably yes. So they are like really in this mod because they play really fast in the beginning. So this is a Joseki. Black ignored it. That's okay. White take a lot of cash. Maybe now it's good time to pincer, but not. Oh, that's what I noticed a lot. Um, Most of European player would pincer these 2 stones because black didn't really invest a stone. Uh, you use the OGS? Yes, I use OGS. In theory, I can give you a link of the games. This is here. This is the one, and the other one you can also just go to the main menu. You can see the where where the other game is. Yes, so all European players would pincer, and most of the time pincer is the easiest way because black kind of didn't spend a move to make the base. And if you're on the level, I would say below a dan level or even like low dan level, pincering here is just easier, like by itself. It feels like in this case you know, black needs to run, maybe you are closer to the side, and all over it's easier to build some territory. If we play this move, we just take big move, we kind of ignore this problem. The black didn't spend extra move, which is not wrong, it's a different approach. But I think this is maybe some difference in approach to just go as it is. That I mean, it's a problem. Black probably needs to invest a move, and at some point black will, but white will get another move. This is the thinking that white has here. Okay, so white build a base, makes sense. Black also reinforced a bit. Yeah, finally it's a pincer, but right now it's a bit harder with this A, so I'm not sure even now I would play there, but probably it's okay. Jump is a standard move. Okay, this is also standard combo, kind of. On this one to exchange A for B, because this is the perfect timing. Right now we would just cut. And now we get something. For example, I think this is a move that we can get. Not sure it's working perfectly. Let's think. So I think like this, white most likely is dead. Which is probably is true. So white is dead here, then what we can do on this, we cannot do much, in fact. So this is a pretty good combo. Maybe black did in a different order. Yeah, black did it in a different order, which makes it possible or not. This is a bit tricky here, so I want to be sure, because now I'm not 100% sure it works, but I guess white is dead here. I mean, it's all about the ladder, but I feel like there's no even ladder, so it's more like this. Yeah, here it feels like white can kill black, but white invests so much it's not really good. Yeah, B1, maybe B1. I don't know why B1. That's probably was not the one that I was showing. I don't know. Yeah, but the idea it's working. You cannot do anything here. It's board 1. It's board 2. So I start with board 2. Why it's like this? Because they just made more moves. We will come back to board 1, where Lukas, Podpera and Mateusz Surma playing just after this. Yeah, and also, you know, just I think Mateusz and Lukas is more serious game. In in my feeling is like they are really, for Mateusz is important to be the first, and I think it's good to give them more time to play more moves. Yeah, so we have something like this, and this feels like good for black because black can still kind of connect the stones. Do we have to make a Moyo in Moyo open? It's not necessary, but if you like Moyos, why not? I think when I played last time in Moyo Open, I played a lot of Moyos, so it's probably can help. Like, you know, in this tournament you can get some luck if you build Moyo, I don't know, luck points. Cut here. Okay. I'm not sure I want to cut. It feels like defending easier. He didn't like something about maybe this, but even now white can cut, so I'm not sure. It's hard the decision, in fact. So, like this, white is completely alive. Black has some kind of shape. Probably it's fair for both. Mhm. Here is interesting move like this. So came up by itself would be a simple solution, but black is not really necessary need to answer. And with that touch, you kind of want black to answer because this wall is just going to nowhere. And if it's going to nowhere, then you kind of want black to spend extra move there. In this case, black probably will not anyway spend a move there, but you have a cut later. So you get some possibility to get something out of the position. Okay, black has some ladders. So in order to play this move, you need ladder here and ladder here. So it should go for black, and in this case, black has some stones, so black just go for the most aggressive move. Kind of makes sense. I'm thinking right now not about ladders, about in this old situation we can also play core. For example, it can be like this, but also this result looks kind of good for black. This wall altogether, they're just creating a Moyo, and as we learned in this tournament, Moyo are dangerous. So I think this is a bit not what you want to have as white. Other than that, you can play this, but this is a ladder, and when you get this kind of ladder as black, you are happy as black. So it tells us that here we need to do probably emergency case connection, something like this. Or this one of these two. I think they are kind of the same. And what it goes for this result. This looks most of the time just good for white. I never had it in my life, I think, but I checked this with AI. Like if you're afraid of this, then you can descend and it would lead to the same result, just the shape slightly worse here. It's difference on a half point. It's just the idea if you're really afraid of the cut. In this case, I don't think white really should be afraid, so white go with this one. And here we cannot kill the corner, so we just capture, which is correct. Looks pretty interesting. This is a good move. So now we need to exchange this. This is also looks kind of okay. So when we exchange it, now we can Atari, and this one is center because is it center? Maybe it's not. I'm just thinking, can we get something out of it? Not really. I mean, it's more points, but it's not really center. So I guess we get a bit more agi from this side with this kind of moves later maybe. But I think this exchange in any case is good to play. The other idea, we might get a core here, but well, maybe it's also okay then to play this. At this moment, I think this is center, and now play like this, and then to keep the core. Might be also a plan. Just need to be sure that this works, but right now everything is just safe. So black has to give the core in the corner. But okay, now we go to the other fight. I'm thinking right now maybe black can play something like this. So the timing here probably is important. This all makes sense. White like this kind of attach. I would not play that. This is weak group. You don't want to attach to the weak group. What you want to do, this peep looks really tempting. This. You lose nothing. I mean, you lose most likely this move, but I don't think you need to play that. And maybe, like, there is two ways to attack. One is to cut, to try to, split black and hope black would collapse, one way. Other way is to let black connect, to play something like this, and then let black connect and try to use this kind of moves in the center. I think this is way more promising way to play as white, because this area is anyway not neutrals, but not really that interesting. So I think this is what I would pick out of these two. And this one leads to a complicated fight where I'm not even sure white is happy. We have, I think this is the wrong line. Yeah, this is the wrong line. Yeah. This is the fight where we cut two groups. I'm not sure this is so easy. There's so much aggression here. White is playing really, really aggressive. So I don't think we give up a Panuki here. We have to answer, yeah. And there is some issues with the liberties. So this A most likely is center. You need to do something. For example, connect, which is doesn't look so great, but I think we have to. Okay, he decided to exchange it and then makes sense. Maybe not much sense because yeah, it's better not to do that. In this situation, first of all, you have this kind of moves. And if on Hane you just play here and cut, there is no problem at all. I think here is pretty easy solution. But in a game, this group is not 100% alive, and this might be an issue afterwards. Or this one, well, maybe it's alive. Just you have to give some points on the bottom. So maybe it's not a big deal after all. Yeah, this is the game. And yeah, just connect. And now it's interesting what you would do as black, but I think black doesn't have any troubles here in this current situation. So the bottom is alive. You need to figure out how to build a shape. My first feeling is this. And there is only one move that is scary. It can be this one. Here I'm thinking what to do. So maybe it's okay to just play like this. But there is a core. And that was another thing, like if we would have a Kravets, would be way easier to play the core. Right now, maybe it's harder. So I guess we need to play this one. Maybe then we need to play this. The call of Swing is too strong. Is f6 is an issue? Like at the moment, it's not, because you're alive. You can, well, can you build an eye? Yes, you can clearly build two eyes. So we can just connect, and on this you just need to live. It's not a problem. We just can connect. But the thing is, if you don't make this throw in, I don't think you defend like this, because this is most likely is dead. So there is no clear way how to play, and this shape is also broken. And you can still make any type of throw in you want. Even you can play like this and just ignore and keep this for future. So I think, or just don't play anything. White doesn't have a move. This is the trick. And having a cost rate is great. In a game, I think this is pretty good variation that I found is this. You have to connect, then this. This is all forced. Well, here there is options, in fact. I was considering to just play like this, because group is completely alive, which is already like feels terrible for white. Black just lived with the group, get center, play on top. This is yeah, really bad result for white. But also as black, here you can play this one, which might be even worse, like this. Yeah, in this case, I'm not sure it's worse. It feels like this one should be better for black, even than previous variation. But the previous one was just simply good. This one is a bit complex, and I think it's not like white has an option here. Or maybe, well, he didn't play it, so there should be a reason. So far, I don't see any reason not to play that. Maybe this can be a reason. It looks slightly scary. I would say slightly. I would say it's not scary, but we have a crosscut here. And in this crosscut almost guarantee you a life, because in this case, these three stones near the wall, they don't have so much flexibility here. And yeah, so maybe this is what he was really scared of, or maybe he was scared of this combo. Which again, you can just answer. Looking this, it looks kind of simple, but maybe there is some issues. So that's why he just played with the most simple move. Yeah, but it's anyway looks not great. By the way, here there is a cut. And this cut, if white will do it, then it would be something like this. Which means you capture three stones, but you cannot go out. And that's pretty sad, because this is only 6 points with near your Ponuki, but black gets super enclosed wall. I mean, this is still an option to go around A somewhere, but black has had a weak group and now it's a wall. And for sure this wall make this area bigger. For some margin, I don't know. Probably more than it should be because it's Moyo open, so we can add extra points for Moyos. But yeah, so white should not cut here. Yeah, and white over concentrated, that's true. So in this case, I think as white you need to Hane and then probably Tiger Mouse, something like this. By the way, I'm not sure, even though this Hane looks cool, it gives a trap with the cut, I'm not sure it's better than extend. Because if we jump, the cut is still there and maybe you want to reinforce and then white jump again and then the bottom is in danger. So here you need to be careful. It's still a fight, but I think shape-wise, I mean, this is cannot be good for white. And if black would live with all groups, black has a lot of cash. Like this corner is big, this corner is big, and also all over in this area, I think black has advantage to build more points than white. So here it looks like just step by step the game goes into black lead, and also it's not like white needs to do something in this game. Maybe this jump is an option to change the game. So if we can kill it, it would be great. It's not like I believe it can die, but probably just alive with this move. But maybe some kind of options. Or we attach and then we have some difficult fight. That's also can help. But in a game he just went for the trap, and I think like this the game is almost over. I will count briefly points. So here we have something like this, which is it's 10. It's 8. It's let's be 15. And also here 5, 6, 7 plus 6, 13. So this is what we have. 13 plus 8, 21. 41. No, that was 31, 46 points we have all together for white. And black, I count this as all as a territory at the moment. I think it's 25. Yeah. This is 5. And that corner, this corner is hard to count. I would count it also as 25 around. So it's not only cash, it's a bit more. 51 for white. It shouldn't be exact. Maybe I count to not so much. We can go also with 21. With 50, it's also like this. But the thing is that it's like 55. I also count for black even more because this is also like 5. Uh, if you count this as 20, I think that would be also like top right. If you count as 20, then yeah, it should be like this. Also, I don't know if you count Komi or not. This is also important because here it's black. It's white to play. Mm. So it's a white to play. So we need to add also for white Komi and the value of a move, which makes this game closer. So if we have like 55 for black, 50 for white, and it's white to play, I think the game is close. The thing is that this is a wall, and this area is the area where only black can build points. Also kind of this Moyo. So at from now on, black has more points, or like let's say close in points. And then all this area, it's only the area where white will destroy points and black will gain something for sure. And because of this area, because of this, black is leading. This is the main idea. I don't know by how many points, it's very hard to calculate, but it's probably close to 10. So black will for sure get something. And or like white will fight and yeah, they played a bit differently. Black try to get center. This I didn't consider, which is probably also okay. Um, That was weird ordering. That happens. Um, I don't know if it's better. Maybe it's better. Shape-wise, shape might be stronger. I think black, just this all wall worth a lot of points. So I think black should be happy with the result. And now what I was telling before, white has to create a group in this area, but this group is not points. It's not like it's enclosed points. To get points, you need still 2 moves after this. And because of that, black will have at least extra moves or some points somewhere. Like, I mean, you can just play this kind of slide and white will have some troubles. By the way, they're playing extremely fast. So in my feeling, black is ahead here by like 10 points, maybe more. I think even more than 10. But they play so fast, like it's, I don't know, almost a blitz. Because in 1 hour, they've started 1 hour, 5 minutes ago, and they have 131 move at the moment, which is a lot. And yeah, basically it's more than a half of the game because the second half usually you spend less time. So yeah, they're really in a mode of finishing it fast. Also, I kind of understand Yuanzhen. I think he understands that he's winning, but Jason Kwan, I don't. Maybe he also don't understand clearly that he is behind. Yeah, and also that's true. Jason has to play Yuanzhen right after Mateusz. That's tough. I think this would be probably tough pairing for everyone. Um, yeah, he black ahead because he respected the Moyo rules. And it would be interesting if next year there would be like, the person who has bigger Moyo get extra points or something like this. But unfortunately, it's just a name. And I think there is like if you play games of Go with some extra rules like this, It's completely different game. It becomes not that competitive. It changed a lot, and people will start to do crazy moyos, and then mm, there is like the games become to look really weird. Okay, let's go to the game number two. We come back to this later, so I will just change players. Yeah, this is the second game. You see, Mateusz has a very happy photo because he's winning everything. So I think this is the good moment for this photo. And Lukas lost yesterday, so he is concentrated. He needs to fight back. Let's talk a bit about mm, this pair. Lukas has a very good score against Mateusz compared to other pros. And to just in everyone, like Mateusz has very good score probably against everyone. Maybe like for example against me he has really positive score, like by far positive. I think he win more than 60%, maybe more than 70, I guess. In the last year it's 50-50 because the rating is similar. But Lukas, in all his career, he played kind of okay. I think he probably lost more when he was weaker, but in recent years it's more like 50-50. And I checked, I think Lukas has, he has a better score against Mateusz compared to the other pros like Ali or me or Pavlisi. So it feels like the Mateusz style is very comfortable for Lukan. But yeah, it's still Mateusz is still very strong. It's not like it make it easy to win. Has a bad result tournament photo. Bad result. uh, I don't know. But also, Mateusz, the problem with bad result photo, usually when you have a bad tournament, then you are not broadcasted. So this case is very hard to find a photo because, like if you now have, I don't know, one win, then most likely you would be on top board. So this is a bit sad that you have a bad tournament and you need to be broadcasted here. So we have only happy photos for that case. Yeah, let's check the game. I was watching it a bit. It's a really complicated one. So I think this is not the first time Mateusz is playing this. I need to. I will check this with Katago. This is, the first tournament, the last tournament before the European Championship would be European Championship like in a week, even less than a week. And he probably his preparation to play this and Tenuki play elsewhere. I need to check how to play against it. Yeah, this is a new stuff. Uh, Before everyone played like this and something like this, and this was the AI kind of variation. I think I told half a year ago, I told Lukas that this is not a move that AI likes, and he started to play like this, which is it's okay. I mean, this is just 1 point loss, but it's old variation that a lot of people don't know, so it can work with some people. But for example, with Mateusz, I think Mateusz knows this. He's the same age as Lukas, so they both played this at some point. So yeah, this is a AI move. This is normal. Everything is simple. Big move. Pincer makes sense. White lose 1 point. I don't have any clue. The thing is that this Joseki, which people played like this, like it's not was only not me, it was top professionals like number one in the world. They played it and they thought it's even. Right now, computer says it's just better for black because of the Agi here. So if you would have it the same way, like it would be this one, even though it looks weird, this is better for white. So this stone is better to have in A instead of B. This is what computer says. And people were not sure about that, like the generation of a lot of Go players were not aware. Just right now, computer said so, and you have to believe, I guess. It's very hard to, it's very hard to try to negotiate with computer or to explain other people why computer thinks that or that. For me, it's invisible. Yeah. Uh, okay. This makes all sense. Again, I would for sure play this. I think this is such an annoying move to deal with, especially in this position. I think I had this before already with Qian coming, and this is like really, really annoying. I don't know how to build even a shape. This all stuff feels just terrible. It's more like black has the troubles with the shape here, I think. It's a lot of, from the other side, it's a lot of also liberties. It's hard to kill, but you need to spend a lot of efforts to fix it at some point. Oh wait, this is the game. Okay. Oh, this is nice. This is aggressive move. I would do that also. So Lukas playing aggressive mode. Usually Lukas can find some aggressive sequences, but he has a problem by going till the end. So if you play the move like this, really, really important to be consistent and try to push till the end. Like, don't go on a halfway. That's what Lukas can do. Oof. That's interesting move. So the point is, in this kind of situation, he wants to play it like this. And then play here. Then there is not much you can do at all. In this old position, you have to connect. But black shape is pretty nice. If we play like this, probably he's afraid of the cut, which I'm not sure you need to be afraid because this is a double Atari. And if it's a double Atari, you kind of can sacrifice it. And probably you can just kill it. Yeah, it looks kind of that. So probably this is what he was afraid. And that's why he exchanged it like this, which makes sense. If we answer, like in this case, we can maybe try to answer like this, but even this is connected, which was kind of connected before. Maybe the point is that this is still center. So he will answer, and then it would be like this, this, and then probably black is just escaping without problems here. And that's why Lukan go for an exchange, which I would definitely go. And I think this is a really good way to play for white. I'm took some time because I'm thinking about playing one of these two. This is by far less points, but it gives you center, and maybe you can kill it with the G6. Yeah, kind of. Like in this case, like consistent. I mean, it's more like you don't go for the compromise easily. You just go till the end and fight. Well, sometimes you just don't have a right to compromise if you play so aggressive because your shape are shaky. And this is what I'm telling right now. You see here it feels got a link to the standings. About the standings, all standings are in EGF group. I don't know, in Discord. I'm not sure how to make the link to a Discord. Maybe someone can send the link to a Discord and then you can just find all standings. Because, yeah, they are just put like they're posted there, all the results. If not, I'm just not sure how to take the link for EGF group from Discord. At least right now. Need to ask ChatGPT for that. And it takes time on broadcast, so it's not really comfortable. Yeah, so about A and B. Why I want to play A? A is by far worse shape. But here maybe you force black to answer. And now maybe black is more in danger because two groups becomes heavy. This is heavy and this is heavy. And this one, even though it might be overplayed by itself, probably it is. I think from my experience it looks that black should be able to settle it, but the problem is I don't know how. And computer will find a way. He will like play here end game, sacrifice, get center, enclose that area, and something looks cool. But from my experience, people here as black, like humans, way more collapse than not collapse. Because it's not like there is one variation which is working, usually which is okay, and the other one are really, really bad. And that's why I want to have this situation where maybe even computer says you are doing wrong, but my experience tells me that it will be fine. Or like if your opponent will find the ideal, sequence, then you can say he played very well. And yeah, but it still will be not game over. Most likely it would be like close. So you just continue. Yeah, that's something like this. Human estimation trap, yeah. And like this 4 stones has 3 liberties, so there's no clear way what to do. And now black can easily forget them at the moment. So if black doesn't need to play this anymore. So black can just relax and focus on the bottom. That's what he did. So he just makes some kind of core shape, which is not sure. We need to play the core, but why not? And then he settled the bottom, which is kind of okay. And now if we have this, like if we could capture these stones in a ladder, would be amazing, but we cannot. I'm not sure, maybe again here this is the moment where we just don't need to go for this half solution and go for the more aggressive option and force, for example, black to to crawl here and maybe give us 4 stones. This is also might be a way. This core we don't have a choice to lose. Well, we can still play like this, but this feels a bit sad, so I understand why Lukan capture. I would also capture. But right now white is in a really difficult spot. Not sure what to do. This one is center, so yeah, I would play that. And now we need to fight, which is, this makes a lot of sense as a fight. Yeah, it's kind of an exchange. So that's the problem with Lukas. Sometimes like this exchange makes situations simple, and now think I'm not really good player at defending, but even now I feel that black can easily defend. I see the lines. In this kind of situation where you play like this, I think I'm very close to collapse at this point. I don't see a clear way how to solve it. And that's the main problem. Maybe you can find some kind of core here or something like this, but this is not clear because there is a ladder. So it's a lot of variations. Like black has really a lot of things to read, and everything is just not clearly working. So I don't know how to settle this. And the price for mistake is huge in this position. But right now we have this, and yeah, black is just giving up the stones. Or not. I think these stones should be comfortably alive in any case. Also, it's somehow uncomfortable fight for white. I think here I would extend. Looking on this, I think I would extend and try to just capture them somehow. Maybe not even extend, maybe connect. Connect looks okay, and then just to run with this. Uh, because in a game somehow you connected the shape here, but if this one is almost center, it's very hard to ignore it. Like if you play from the top, this is almost alive. Maybe there is idea in a way that, but here we can also escape, which is another problem. There's a lot of problems here. The shapes are not great. Also, you know, some kind of move like this core is not like what you want to play. Maybe you can, maybe there is core threats, but black already has some kind of eye space, which is a bit it feels comfortable for black to live here. And I think this is what black would just do. Yeah. My feeling is terrible for white. Like, it's just really, really not good. Yeah, now it becomes worse. Because we have the corner is probably dead. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the corner is dead, but you uh, first of all about that corner. It's dead, but there is a lot of annoying agi with the corner. Even if it's dead, well, this is big to capture. Or we cannot capture. Hmm. So black would try to use the agi on the top. We need to answer on this. We need to play here. Then it would be like this. Then we have it like this, I guess. And then this. So we have a lot of liberties here. Nothing special, just a lot of liberties. Maybe we can do something more cool. Not really. I'm looking in some kind of cuts here. But I guess if it's dead, cleanly, like if there is nothing, completely nothing, then it's still a lot of points. And I think we can even count points at the moment. B14 was, well, it's kind of sneaky center, but it's not like you can ignore it. At this point, black could just play here. This is one option. White has to answer, which I like more, in fact. I think this is just better. We cut this because we can, and then on this one we just alive. I think this is the best option because we already have eyes, one eye, and if at this point white will not get much out of attack of this group, black is definitely ahead. Also, I think living this way might be sad. Maybe we can live like this, just to destroy white eye space. But it doesn't change the situation, like we lived on the top, and I don't think white can really kill the other group. So maybe this is the better way. With sacrificing and changing the, like after this, there's a huge change in the territory, so it's good to, okay, they play this, and this is the situation. Oof. Oh, that's bad. This is very bad move. Reason why it's bad uh, it's because of a lot of AG. You have to play this. I think here there is no even argue that this is the thing is this is already a problem. Like even like this, it means that you need to answer, and we have this kind of move is sent just directly. And in this case, I'm not sure, but it feels like black can do even more crazy stuff. So if you play elsewhere, it would be like this. And right now, if you kill, we can do some crazy sequences, maybe like this. And even this already looks like a problem. I'm not sure it works directly like 100%, but there is a huge amount of AG. And if now you need to play a move like this, feels kind of sad. And in this case, on this move, probably you don't need even to play. The group by itself is dead. There is nothing. Because on each type of cut, you just extend, and this you play here, group is completely dead, or not. Maybe there is a Hane, which might be a problem. If we get a Hane and we get this is a core. So this is also kind of an issue. So in this case, if we have a core, if we have a center, in a way, if you play like this, it's center. We need to answer, and then this is a core, like this, because this is alive. So you need to play the core. So probably he didn't have a choice. My reading was not good. If he didn't have a choice, then the AG is huge there. And maybe looking backwards on this, I think it's really big to answer. It's just a lot of AG, and if black get extra move like J17 in center, I think it's just too big to give it like that. And this is a big move, but black just get in a lot. This is Gotha. Maybe there is some cut. Well, maybe you can answer. I don't know. Can Atari here. And then answer. The problem that this still doesn't help. It's still the same. Or does it? Or maybe you can play something like this. The thing is, it's a lot of liberties, even if, well, this, let's say you play here, even if it would be like this, and let's imagine black is dead, it's still an extra move. Black will block it, and it forces you to play inside, which is not great. Oh, what would you say is the weak point of each of the players? I think of Mateusz, it's overconfidence. Sometimes he's like too confident in some variations that he will figure out something. Or like the group is alive and he would not read it. That he would survive and sometimes he might not survive. So something like this. It matters a lot. In a way, like he, very often make a decision without not reading, and very often it's not even necessary to like make the most efficient decision. And I think this is he also likes to play the way that computer plays. This is another thing. Like sometimes it's just easier to play endgame and don't do much. Just you already won the game and you don't need to, you know, to try to push too much. And but he still like to play like computer. I remember when we were in League C together, his games are sometimes he has a feeling of the move which is AI move, and he goes for it, but this is such a complicated variation, and he's like happy to play that. And after 5 moves, he collapsed because the variation was too complicated. And my feeling tells me that I would never play that because I don't have any clue how to continue. And I think the risk is just goes too high. And I think he blindly believes that very often that he will find a way, even though there is no obvious way. And about Lukas, Lukas likes to simplify things too much to make the game he likes. And if you know that, for example, if you know that he would simplify, you can push maximum. Like you can take, always try to play overplays and try to get maximum you can. And if you do that, at some point he will anyway do the yeah, he will anyway do the like you know your move. Even though it's overplay, you need to fight and punish. But he will not. He will try to go with the compromise. And if you compromise on overplays, usually you get less. So at some point, yeah, it becomes a problem. So if you put a lot of pressure, like to play some crazy moves, for example, here, this is Mateusz. Um, I was thinking if, but for example, here I would consider maybe to play like this. I don't know if it's good, if it's not. If I'm playing against Lukas, I most likely would play it because I don't see a clear way how to play afterwards. And this is a problem because as white now, if you go for the compromise, for example, you play something like this is a disaster. This is cannot be good. But if you don't see a clear way how to continue, it might be difficult to just play this. Well, maybe I'm dead. Not sure. But if I wait, this is not so easy because yeah. For example, even this is already good enough. Good example. It's not obvious how to play. And in all of these variations, this leads to some unclear result. And very often, Lukas would go the most peaceful way. And if you know this, you can just consistently play overplays. And that's a problem. And if you know this weakness, with Lukas it's a bit easier to play. With Mateusz, it's harder because his weakness, in fact, doesn't appear in each game. It's not more like if he has a chance to play the AI move, but sometimes, you know, the moves are, you don't have this kind of chance. Yeah. Okay, let's move to the game. Here, Mateusz play peacefully, even connected. Like right now, my intuition tells me that this is a big move. Also, wait, there is this combo. I remember now. Well, maybe just this is good enough to just block it. Then play here, for example, and then just get it like this. I think even this endgame, just to play this kind of endgame, is just good enough. Also not clear how to kill this, maybe like this. Yeah, but black can get it later. And after black get this, the corner is not really big. And you cannot resist this one, because if you do, it would be something like this. And here, if you connect, this is alive. So you need to play something like this, and then maybe black can just capture this part, which is not really guarantee you life. So maybe we just play like this, and then play here. And in this case, yeah, we can just go out, for example. And it means you need to defend like this, which is the same. So this one is not really a valid option. Wow. So my intuition tells me that this is an overplay. Like, it's not even telling me, it screams on me, it says this is a big overplay. I don't know why I think so, but this is just shape-wise, it's impossible to be correct move. But it can work with Lukas, and that's the thing. So I think that's probably his thinking. But also, Mateusz might also believe that this is works, but I just cannot accept that this is okay. Yeah, feels too much. Feels by far too much. And now it would be something like this. And Mateusz put him in the situation where he give up a lot of points, and now he needs to do something with the group, and I don't have any confidence if it's possible. So that's the trick. OGS says this move is -4. Yeah, I kind of believe. But I'm not sure Lukas would go with this risky variation when you need to live. Also, I don't know if that's so easy. Can we cut this? Probably this is what you don't want to do, but this is unclear. I think this is the easiest one. Maybe you can even play here now. Oh, if you can play here, this is making things easier, but I think this is just good enough. Maybe even defending is good enough. Maybe you don't need to run with the right. It's already, the shape-wise, black played terrible here. But we will see. I think right now, most likely, if black would play normally, I think like this black was good. This was my feeling. So I need to make it simplify to, I want to simplify to make sure I'm like um, trying to understand what is the estimation at the position. So we have something like this. This is 14, maybe 15, because 2 captures, 15. And the bigger territory, 28. So 15, white has 45 points, plus something here, and black 42, and top 42. I count this and this, and top is hard to count, so it's probably like 10 plus something here, probably like 15, 15ish. I would count like 15 maybe. I count like this, I cut these 2 stones, so it's extra stone plus something. Yeah, it's kind of close. Now we need to, like, by points it's close, now we need to think about the shapes. And it's somewhat clear, but I have a feeling black is better here. First of all, this is still agi, and if it's agi, it's a lot of quadrats. So I think just this, and then afterwards, not a cut like A, but just playing B would be good enough. So if you can force white to settle, like, this is a neutral. Why I think this is bad, this is the cut in like neutral area. You kind of create 2 groups, but you invest a lot from the shape perspective. If you play like this and you force white to connect, this jump is the easier value that is just, it's doing something. And second of all, first of all, it's doing something. Second of all, the group is still not alive. You can still cut B for C and then jump again. So if you play like this, you jump again, this whole group is under pressure. So I think this is way more reasonable way to play as black. And for sure you get something out of it. You will get a wall. And then this wall gives you a better result in that quarter of the board. Okay. This is such a compromise move. I would not even imagine playing here. Like that's how the overplay might be okay after this. It feels wrong. Yeah. Lukas want to go to Yossa, but with this one, like it makes altogether kind of this A move not bad. Because you already cut it in some way. Now Mateusz would get this, which is annoying. I have to admit it's pretty annoying. And now he still has a cut. So now he can do some crazy stuff still. I mean, he can maybe just Gema and try to use it in like flexible way. But I think this is a really soft way to play like this. Black now will push twice and then cut. And now I think we are entering the situation when I don't like white at all. I'm not even sure we need to. Maybe we can play a good shape also. Or we can maybe push again and turn. There is a lot of edges still on the left. And this is still a core. It's getting worse. Somehow white creating a problem. I think looking backwards, I think just jumping here would be just okay. With this order, I can accept a compromise, I think. And white is alive in center. And on the side, it makes sense. Like this, it's more like, you know, here it's a live group. Here it's a live group. It's 100% alive groups. It makes this area neutral points. And now white is running into neutral points, and black will get some moves, which gives you a value. Like some value. I don't know how much, but something you will get. And that is not what you want to have as white. B5 after... that's true. B5 is not so big at the moment, but the thing is that you're not connected. So by itself, you can also play, you know, it's more like a Miai. It's not like white would ever be connected. So black also would not play this for the moment, but you can imagine that it's already there. It's not hurting by itself. So at some point, black will get this. Because for white, spending a move here also doesn't give you anything. So yeah, it's more like I just put it randomly, but overall, I think if you play it right now, as white, I would just ignore. Even though it's, how many points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus endgame. To be honest, it's not so small. Probably smaller than center, but not that small. It's a lot of points, so black also can consider to play this. It's like 25, and maybe a bit less than 25 because there is still option to capture. Maybe like 20 points, which make it -3 with compare to other big move like here. Yeah, it's probably smaller, so I would not take it, but still, it's relatively big. So right now there is a point just to cut, I think. It's not bad to cut. Or the other thing, maybe it's already cut if you play like this, because you cannot connect. Need to connect on core. So maybe this is also would work. Also, it looks okay to cut in some way. I think this is the best way to cut. This is the idea that... Also, I don't believe that white would play something like this. There is still a cut, so it doesn't really give you anything. Yeah. Okay, he just done, which is also okay. You will get this later. Eventually, white is never going to play this. But situation looks difficult for white. Also, we didn't even touch B. The problem that this group is heavy, it's running somewhere. We are using AJ right now, and I showed the easiest way with A, but there is way harder options, which would be like, for example, let's say we have it like this, and then white leave. Have too many, yeah. And then let's try like this and this. This is center, but you need to take all liberties inside if you're not alive. So in this case, let's say we play like this, and this. So, well, okay, there is some troubles with shapes. Maybe like this. Yeah, this one looks okayish. And then if you will not be able to build two eyes, which is very likely for this case. Yeah, doesn't look like two eyes. Well, this might help. Need to be careful. Maybe it's not that easy. Maybe you need other options. But if, let's imagine in some case, maybe this one. This looks good. This looks also not bad. And like, I'm not even sure we need that, but let's imagine. And let's imagine it would be something like this. And white has an eye and black has an eye. Even if white would kill black, you need to play a lot of moves inside to kill it, which is a lot of huge loss on points. That corner becomes like a problem for black. Also, I don't know if you win even the Liberty race because you need to play like a lot of times inside. And this is something like invisible at the moment, but it's really annoying. And it's putting pressure. Like, I'm looking in the position, I don't know if it works. So I would rather kill even a group if I have an option. Yeah, I think black the closest have to a Moyo, he should win under the Moyo open rule. There is no clear Moyo here, I think. This is the problem. I think this is not the place where you want to build a Moyo. I think Moyo situation already, yeah. I think for Moyo you need to jump here and try to fight this way. And then try to, kill the group in your Moyo. Maybe this way you will have just possibility to be close into Moyo game. So this is the game, and okay, interesting. Here there is some options, so A, B, C, or just A. He decided to take the Panuki. I kind of agree with this. Or you extend. There is no way you can extend. This is the shape is just too bad. Yeah, he just played this. Kind of makes sense. I think black shapes are good. White shapes are okay. But yeah, the problem is in the corner, what black can get there. Okay, here maybe it's a good idea to make a pause of this game and move to the second board because we are already like there is a fight. I mean, this is the fight where game deciding fight, and probably they have 120 moves. And they have still some time, so they got 40 minutes, and they start at once, so they both has 10 minutes plus. Do we need to get the corner? For black or for white? Which corner do you mean? Want it to be over before that? You mean about this corner? Right, upper corner. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not sure. Right upper corner is just the stones, and at the moment is not clear. Probably it would be not clear before that, I think. And left upper, yes, we are just keep them. But you know, in a worst case, I showed this variation where this is the worst case what black would get. Some endgame. And maybe also you can get this before the endgame. So I think this is what black would get anyway. But now black is playing on possibilities. And I don't know if it will end up only with this, but there is still a bunch of stuff there. Maybe also some kind of core will appear, and that cost rates would be super useful there. Okay, let's for the moment go to the game number 1. Let's first this. They almost finished the game, I think. Maybe they finished. Yeah, they finished. So this was the game, and we were somewhere here. Then there was a fight. Okay. I think this is way too much. White should just live with this and give the right side, but probably he just count that it's not enough. I'm not sure it's so bad, but I think he just went for it. And like this, even if you're alive, I don't think this is good. So this is the case, you need to connect somehow. And now after this, black still get this move. So just by points, now black get this and this move. Then instead of that, 2 stones. But I think even this is enough. Yeah, it looks like enough. And then white try to play some endgame. And about this, you see, before, if he would exchange this before, it would be always co with C. But right now, black just kills. There is no even co. So white missed the timing of this A. I think this is the game of missed timings a lot. And now it's just endgame. He even get a nice endgame here. And there was no way to play around it. Yeah, white should answer, but I think the difference is really it's just not close. So right now it would be like this, which is 8 plus 4, 12. I will just count like this. So white has barely 50 points and black. Black has 70 and the move. So it's more like 15 points for black at this point. Close to 15, maybe a bit less. 12. Oh, it's even 30. Then I count wrong. The AI says it's 30. Maybe I count too much. Maybe there is edges that I don't count. Like maybe we can try to do something with the groups, but I'm just not looking at that. Yeah. White a big short, yes. It's not a. I mean, if everything would be alive, I think white is just behind by 15. But also, you know, if everything is alive, this is big if, I would say. Well, let's say if black will just not kill anything. Black doesn't need to do much. Also, I don't count extra cut here in the centers, and maybe this agi I didn't count. There's a lot of agi all over, and maybe I also was too generous for white in counting. Well, I wouldn't say it's 30. I would say it's more like 15, 20. But yeah, just altogether, I think this sequence was not acceptable at all. From my experience, when I play this in the center, you never give this kind of nice block in center. I think even this block, just all over you kind of trade these stones for these stones. And the black stones by far more efficient than white. You get 6 points, but also you also give this Hane, which is also really nice Atari. So I think, yeah, in this case, it feels that this was the final problem, but I think the bigger problem was this shape. Altogether, this cut, I think here white should just play like this, and this way, or even just connect. I think connection is just good. And this should be the result, and now we have a center, the group is not alive, and the game is close. But yeah, when you build such a dumpling in the beginning, it's kind of expected it would be a problem. So Yuanzhen has 4 points, and he played with all strong players. So I think, from my feeling, he should be in any case second. Yeah, I don't think he can be first even if Mateusz would win. So it would be like this. If Mateusz would win, he would be first, second, and I don't know who will be third. If the other way around, which is, let's go to the other game. So if other way around, and if Lukas would win, then it's a bit tricky, but I think it should be still Mateusz, Yuanzhen, and Podpera, like this. This is a sauce battle I try to count in my head because I checked the results before. But it's also not, it's like they're very close. I think they're like 1 or 2 points close, and just one random result can just decide everything. In any case, here this is still a game. It's interesting how he built a shape here. So this would be not my feeling. I would never build a shape like this because I don't know how to settle. For example, this feels the obvious shape move to destroy the shape. I would always play here in this case because this ladder I don't really care. And shape-wise, it's just very, like, this move makes a lot of sense in a way that if I want to capture 3 stones. But this one, shape is really weird. We can cut it in any different way. And that's the one that I would not play for sure, I think. Black is taking cash. And cut something. I start to believe in white in this game. I think this cut is just strange. I think black should be also playing here and just, I think you should just reinforce here. Let's chance white to reinforce. I'm not even sure that you need to reinforce here, maybe on the corner. I think that corner is big. Not even sure how, maybe something like this should be a move to aim on some kind of cut. But for sure we don't want to give a Panuke there. It feels like Mateusz just trying to kill something. But this is not even a lot of points. You can kill this, but you know, for the Panuki, the thing is mainly is center. O11 is preparing. I maybe, but but I would not even consider this as a good option ever. Now I think the center works more. Like I want to defend here first, or something to do with the corner. Or like defend here. This invasion is also really a problem for if white would invade, because white becomes stronger. I think somehow more I look on this position, I think should be the result, the final result, or something like this. Also, I'm not really sure, but I start to think that this is a good move. Because right now, it's not really clear what will happen. For example, even like this, it's a fight, but the direction-wise, I think black should be fine. Yeah, and also this move was good. I think black should play this and then play here. This is what, like from the hopeless game, I think this is a hopeless game for white. There is no way. My feeling, even, let's see what AI says. AI probably says, AI says black plus 10, but even if AI would say white plus 10, I have a feeling that black is not bad here. Because I don't see a solution how to settle it. But this one and the move afterwards, I start to feel that black is losing the game here. Especially with this Ponuki and connect. Okay, you connect, but still there is a lot of Agi. I think we can just connect this in center, or maybe with Atari. This is a lot of points, and you cannot really, like, this is still A, you cannot block with B, so the amount of points is still huge. So it would be like this in the end. Then it would be also probably something like this. And now you make white so strong that I don't have an even clear solution for L17. And I would assume it would be something like this, where you keep the corner, but white will manage to keep the top in like really nice way. So I would assume if everything will just be like this, we can maybe count points. So this we can assume that it will be for for black. And now the point situation is kind of clear. 011 was to prepare, or 10 was prepared to cut, maybe, but yeah, the cut is just by itself looks a bit strange. So here we have 23, like let's be 20. And in this case, this is all we have to be like this. Maybe it's enough anyway, I don't know. 75. 27, it's 55 here plus something here. Maybe a bit more than 75. Maybe 80, I would say. And white, this was 15. Then we need to count this area if it's significantly bigger than before. $28. Wait. So 48 I count. 48, 15 and 6. Yeah, it's still enough. 50, 65, I think black would be still fine here. Even like this. So white needs to do something in the corner, yeah. A bit less for white, yes. So that's why probably Lukas cannot. It's just not enough to play something around A. He needs to get more. So that's why he needs to live. But if he didn't connect around A, which was, or around B, which was center, which makes it slightly more difficult. Okay. So here most likely we need to answer because on this we can just give a Panuki, so it's not so easy. Maybe it would lead us to this result. and like this. And this result should be if black is alive in a corner, which I think black would be alive. Don't think you can kill the corner, but maybe it's slightly dangerous. Yeah, looks like slightly dangerous. So I'm not sure how to play here. This is still not that easy. In the game, he decided to answer. So I think if it will end up in a way that, let's say we are alive, we manage to get this, and yeah, something like this, we need to spend a move. Do we in fact need to spend a move or not? Doesn't look like even. This is looks like just alive. If it's just alive and we can just peep and play something else, I'm just not 100% sure it's alive. One, yeah, it should be alive. Uh, that's true, there is Aji, but I'm just assuming that this is also, you know, some Aji here. This whole group is not alive. And then maybe there is a reality when you have to play some move like this to be sure you are alive here, for example. And if it will happen, and white can play like this, yeah, probably it's the same as before. From the perspective of points, black just will have still more because this would be the same loss as here. So I think black would win in any case. There was a loss of something like some points. Maybe it becomes closer, but not really significantly closer. So probably black is safe in any situation. Yeah, in a game he just played the move elsewhere, and I guess we have to ignore this, but we cannot. This is impossible to ignore. Yeah, we need to answer. Yeah, he would just live like this now. And then white have to connect. And then it's just endgame. And I think black has just enough points here. Just wondering about this kind of Aji. If it's a valid one, but most likely not. Yeah. So you see, in the game he just played the simple way. And you cannot play this. Like, right now, let's say it would be not a big deal at the moment because black has to answer. So black would play something, maybe this way. But eventually black would get center and you need to answer there and black would capture. And this way I think this is not also not really close. He can even play like this, yeah, true. I don't know if it's good, better, probably not. Doesn't look better. I don't know why he pushed here. This push looks just bad. Because you kind of want to always, like even like this, there is still a possibility to create an eye. It's not that easy to kill, and he take 2 more points at the moment, but there's way less Agi right now. Maybe he wants 100% center. I think white also should just connect. Even though it's less points, but it's dead for sure. And then after this, you get center and then just capture stones. I think like this, white is not even close in this game. Because black captured here a lot. So looking backwards, maybe this cut was just big enough. I mean, it's technically it's not the biggest sequence, like you just don't get so much, but it's just enough points and you connect. So just even like um, most of the time this combination is just known as bad for black because you give up on OK. But in this case, you connect a group and there is not much else in the game. And you just force white to connect with a big dragon. But in this whole area, like if we go back a bit, so if I would show you that in this position, black capture position like this points and white just gets some points here, this is not fair. And I think this is the main trick with all of this. That you get a Panuki, but it's late in the game, you cannot use it a lot. So I think was the point. And even white destroy all the top. I don't think, yeah, this is the game, but I don't think this is ever enough unless we kill the group. But you cannot kill the group. If you connect, this is just straightforward alive, I think. Or like close to be alive. Maybe just we block first. It's just too many options. Whatever you do would be okay. I think black should just answer. There is no even need to try. And now if you have the same counting, now this corner is way smaller. Like something like 30 and 15. We have 45 points. And maybe something on the top, like 5, 6 here. I count previous, let's say 6 here. So in total you have 45 plus 12, 57. But the area on the bottom is just massive. Even if we just count the just area here, so it would be like this. $70 points by itself only here. Yeah. 70 and then something like 8, 5, 5, 8 there, 5, 8 there. So it feels like the game is not really close. I don't even know what is the difference. So 5. So let's say black has around 80 and white has around 57, even 60, even 65, which I don't believe already in 65. But even like 65 is just by far not enough. And yeah, that's the problem here. So now I think white cannot really win the game anymore. Also, I didn't count anything here, but for example, I count like at this point we don't need to play this anymore. We can just cut from this side and it would be like this, so it would be slightly more points for black, which I didn't count, which is also like something to I think somewhere I count way softer. And even on this kind of cool moves, black can just answer and answer again without even trying. I also think that Mateusz clearly realized that he is ahead. Like, he understands that pretty well. Also, from the previous game, in previous game, the game was also kind of hopeless for the opponent. He just tried to play soft. He didn't really go for the crazy moments. Maybe also here he didn't want to go to the really difficult one. He just count that when he capture it's enough and he doesn't need to do much. Yeah. Mateusz is strong. He's in a good shape. I think the closest who was to beat him was Jan Komin in the round 2. Other people were just destroyed everywhere. He's in a good shape, and like in that tournament, in European Championship, like Mateusz by rating is number 1, the second is me, and the third is Podpera Lukas. And the way how he's just, beating the third player by rating, so confident before the tournament, tells us that he's in a really good shape. We will see, but he feels like in a really good shape. By the way, this is a mistake. I think black will cut. Even if you capture this stone, it's not important because there is a problem with the group. Even if it's alive, it's losing a lot of points. So if you realize that you need to play here, but then all over, it's just very bad exchange on top. So I think black would definitely cut. Yeah, black is cutting this. And this is more like a resign sequence. This is not playable at all. Also, I think it's kind of fine. Well, I am just trying to... Probably it's even good to play like this to give more points. And then just go for this. And this one, is it alive? Probably it is alive. But it's just a lot of points you give. Like you get some 3 stones there, but it's probably not compensated. Maybe this is better by points. Also, you can still connect the stones, so there is a ko, but this ko is impossible to play. So I think that's the main idea here. It's very nice performance from Mateusz. I'm just trying to keep in my mind when the last time he lost a game. Because he didn't play many games. And I think in this year he lost only 2 games. This is my feeling. And he played 4 tournaments. 4 or 5 tournaments. And he lost only 2 games. That's a pretty good result. Probably we got the top Mateusz from 2019. He's now in a shape that, yeah, it's really strong. So he lost in on quarterfinal to Damian Wu in Grand Prix. After that, Damian Wu became a champion of Grand Prix. He lost to me in professional championship, and after that I became a champion. So yeah, the other tournament he played, he won. It's very solid result. And he also played the London Go Congress, and in London Go Congress he also beat all Chinese 7-dans, which is also really impressive because in one tournament to beat them all, it seems like normal result for the favorite, but it's so hard to play so consistent. In a way, the difference between him and let's say the guy from Li Yuanzhen is only 25 points by rating, so it's really hard to consistently win tournaments if you play with such players. Like also, even in professional championship, was a lot of people who were close to him, and yeah, it's hard to be favorite. Maybe it's just this is the idea, and very often uh, the competitive level is pretty high, so it's not that easy here to play consistently good, I think. I think here feels like Luka made another mistake. This Hane was for sure a mistake because now he needs still to play this and it's just a free stone you get. And if you try to, you cannot Atari, so you need to play something like Connect, and then we can play this, and then we can live with a lot of points and be like this. So this is another mistake by points, and if you don't play, for example, you don't play, the group is still dead. So Lukan also made some mistake additionally. Yeah, so it's just two games he lost, and that's kind of impressive. For example, if you take me, I lost way more games. Even in the first tournament, when Grand Prix, I had a higher place than Mateusz because I win the quarterfinal game, but I lost 2 more there, and I finished fourth. But already in the first tournament, I lost. I had two losses. So that's what I want to say. It's like mm, he's in a really good shape right now. Maybe, mm, yeah, we will see. I don't know what is the current record in losses by year. How many losses by playing, I don't know, 10 tournaments or something, or like 5 tournaments at least. How many losses minimum is per year you can get? I think this statistic we count in tennis, and it's should be interesting to see also in Go. Maybe we also had some like flawless years for someone. Yeah, I think like this also Lukas made another mistake here because he lived in a really bad way. And you need to live like this now. But now it's even worse because if we just connect, then maybe we can live like this. I made 2 times more losses in one tournament than him the whole year. Yeah, that's true, and that's the thing. Like, you know, feels like a lot of like feels like he's doing well in these sort of tournaments. So right now, Lukan tried to capture 3 stones, which he can, but still the price is so big, and black will get a move. So black, for example, capture something else. I'm not sure what. Maybe we play like this here. This I like to. Maybe something like this. Capture here. This looks like a good way to play. This is also one of the big moves. What? Ah, yeah, this is also a nice way to play because now we can play Atari and we can capture, even though group by itself is alive, but from points perspective, we push it to 2 points only. So it's even better on points. Yeah. Also, he can play a core, which let's think. I think it's possible to play a core. There is no cost threats also. But with core you need to be careful. I just realized probably he can play the core, but he most likely need to give something, like maybe this. A reason for that, he cannot lose the core. So if to be like, if you lose the core, that's a problem. Let's say if you would try, and then you try to capture this kind of stones, white capture, you capture, then now this is the only way how you can lose the game, by like just dying with the big dragon. I'm also not sure it's that. Maybe it's some kind of core and it's okay. Like this. Can you kill it like this? Mateusz is genius, but what you do on this move? I think this is not good for black. So black cannot really, like, it's probably okay still this exchange. I think it should be fine because you force white to play. Wait, how did I play it? 1, 2. No, it's just that. Yeah, it's just that. It's my bad. Yeah, so this is just over. Yeah, this was a nice move. Just a nice finish of the game. And it's not like Lukan had a chance in this game anyway. Okay, there is a call. But this is... It's not like he can play it, but this core is just also losing points extra, which is also it's not hard to play for. This core is easy to play because the group is not dying anymore. But I think also Lukan realized that he's losing. Lukas probably is one of the best players in Europe by counting the score. So if, let's say, he's losing, he knows that for sure. And I think at this point he knows also he's losing. Maybe he has a time, so he would count, try something, but I also don't see what you can do in this position. I think from white perspective, first of all, this game was soft. I think he should resist here. And that all fight went good. Maybe the second thing which I'm thinking was kind of wrong. Maybe you need to play more aggressive here. Maybe this is the time to just defend this, or just to play here. Just defend it, or even I think this was soft. Maybe he need to invade just directly. And now if you play the same way, it's completely different story because we are one move ahead. And I think something like this would make the game close. Like relatively close. I don't know, maybe still black is ahead, but this game is way more playable than before. In a game it was just white instead of this now played here, and this move is definitely not good. And even if we just defend the corner, everything is just okay for black. That was kind of what happened in the game. I see they are still playing few moves. So yeah, he's really trying. So Lukas is really trying, but it's just a free core you get as black, and you can get whatever you want. The group is alive. There is no pressure. Also, yeah, this is not a cost route. So here, for example, if we play like this, maybe you can kill it in this way. But also, there is no need to, like, we can just give this as a connection. You get some points, that's it. But also, I think we can play like this. This. Is it better on points? I'm not even sure it's better on points. Probably it's okay. It's also fine. This. Yeah. I think this is what he would play. Yeah. Looks like a move. Also, to be more fancy, I think the correct move is to kill this. This is just that. And on this one, we should be able to connect. Ah, no, we can play this. So this is the way how to kill it cleanly. Maybe we can do it just straightforward. Did he do it? More efficient. Okay, we made an exchange. But this is the move. Yes. He wants to solve a Tsumego, and this is another Tsumego. I think he will manage. I don't know. In a way, like this is super dead, and just to completely overwhelm your opponent. This Kosumi, it's a standard also kind of problem, and I think he should be able to solve it like this. In a game, no, he goes with a simple one. Can he kill it like this? Not really. So, he can just kill it like this. Yeah, why I'm thinking. Yeah, this is also dead. Well, it's a ko. But yeah, it's anyway over. Some practice, yeah. At least the good sign for me before the European Championship that he missed this one. I would check, maybe it was not working after all, but looks like there is a chance that he can miss some Tesuji when he's winning by 30. Yeah, but it was very nice performance from Lukas. From Mateusz. I think Lukas messed up a bit in the fight in the bottom. He again went for like crazy fight and then go to the compromise. I think that was not correct. He needs to try to, if you start the fight, to try to really push um, more in these fights. And yeah, this fight in the end was probably somehow I feel like that he played a bit soft, maybe over concentrated, especially this connection. Like if it would be invasion, maybe the game would be okay. Let's see what AI says. AI says probably black is still good in any situation, so it's not really easy. AI says it's still black plus 15. Maybe group wise, everything like this fight is still questionable. There is still a lot of agi and it's not obvious what to do. But yeah, well played. I think probably the fight in the beginning went just too good for black, and after that the game by itself is hard to control. But for now I will stop. So Mateusz, clean a tournament, 5 games, 5 wins. Very good practice before the European Championship. And I will say probably bye for now. For today also, in 1 week, the European Championship starts on Saturday already. So, no, Saturday, no, on Sunday. So just in 1 week, with Saturday's registration day. So on Sunday, it would be already the European Championship. I think it would be broadcasted here. Saturday is the women tournament. Okay. So it would be broadcasted here, I think. So yeah, if you would have time, if you are not participating this time in EGC, just welcome to uh, be in the broadcast. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for. I will try to play well in European Championship. See a lot of people in Ankara. And yeah, have a nice day and bye.